What's going guys, Zennosh here, and today in this video of Exos Heroes, I'm bringing you guys the third guide on the co-raid, the reversed world, because I just came to stumble upon a really good team thanks to so many players who have been suggesting me this team formation, and oh my god, this team really works out like a charm. So let's talk about this team and why this team is so effective against these co-raid bosses, alright? And the main unit that I would really want to put your, or let's say like to attract your attention to is gonna be this unit known as the Underwalker Daggerman. This guy who is just a 1-star hero unit. Yes, you heard me right. A 1-star hero unit. Because look at his first skill, known as the Frozen Strike. It says deals 125% damage to one enemy, no problem at all. But walk, okay, the second effect randomly destroys the enemy's guardian stones, 3 stones at max if you are Tranquil. And guess what, guys? Who is actually going to provide you the Tranquil? It's gonna be the Fate Core Bathory or Bathory. Just look at that. On this mana utilization 3, the passive skill right over there, you can see the Tranquil grants allies with less attack than self with the Tranquil mark and protects them from death. Yes, that's the thing right over there. As long as your attack is lesser than that of Bathory, you are going to enjoy that Tranquil until you are alive, okay? But once you die and you are sort of like revived, at that point you are not going to enjoy that Tranquil anymore. So make sure that you don't die in the process, okay? But as long as you are alive, you did not take any kind of like fatal strike and the Tranquil mark is still upon you, then at that particular time what's going to happen? You are going to enjoy that Tranquil effect, and with that Tranquil effect, this little guy right over here known as the Underwalker Daggerman, who is originally a 1-star unit, I have got him into 5-star unit thanks to all the experience medals that I was able to collect from the daily quest. Oh yeah, and he can just break 3 guardian stones just like that. He doesn't even need to match the element. Yes, you heard me right, guys. He doesn't even need to match the element. Whatever the elemental guardian stone right out there, whether if the darkness, machine, fire, even though he's just of a frost element type of unit, right? By default, he's only supposed to break the frost type of elemental guardian stones, but in this case he's actually going to break anything as long as he is under the Tranquil effect, and as long as he has required amount of mana, that is 2 mana. Yes, mana can be quite tricky right over here, even though like it only requires 2 mana, which seems to be a very cheap cost. But if you use like other type of rat who can also do the same thing like this guy right over here, it's gonna be a really bad choice. Why? Because the rat that I chose is of a chaotic type, meaning attack, or let's say offensive and the chaotic type of hero units do gain 1 bonus mana when they attack, okay, when they really deal some damage on the opponents. But what's gonna happen if you are going to use a support or defensive type unit in your team? What's going to happen is that they will only gain +1 mana when they are attacked, and that can be quite problem in this boss raid or core raid situation, because the opponent is gonna be only 1, and it's gonna be really a hard RNG, because like he's actually gonna pick 1 out of you, right? 1 out of these 5 heroes or allies that you have in the team, and that can be quite a big problem and can be a challenge, because without mana this little guy right over here will not be able to use his first skill. So that's pretty much it. That's the reason why I'm using this frost unit guy right over here with the chaotic mark, okay? So that's my reason. And the second reason is that his second skill, just look at it, steps in the wind, increases on dodge by 5 for 16 turns. His dodge is pretty important as well, because well, even though I have built him up to 5-star grade and level 75, he can still be killed quite easily, all right? And I think dodge is kind of a bit helpful for him to stay alive. That's what I have to say about him. Anyways, you can go with either the offensive or the chaotic unit, all right? Please do keep that in mind. And I'm using this kind of formation right over here. Why? Because thanks to my Bathory, she does not only provide that Tranquil effect, what's gonna happen is that she's gonna provide that front row allies permanently gain 1 mana. Yes, that's why I have put most of my heroes on the front row, so that they can enjoy that permanent +1 mana gain. So there we go. That's the reason why I have chosen this formation. And now let's get into the battle. Well, I'm very sorry that I will not be able to show you the strongest ship and the white warlord battle to you guys in this video today. I'll just do it in the raid baker, because hey guys, I cannot actually fight them anymore. So there we go guys. All right, so let's do the battle start, and I'm actually going to show you the detailed process and how it's going to be quite easy. Well, as you might have expected till now, that for this trick to work out, you really need Fate Core Bathory at least, okay? And that mouse is very common drop from any kind of Exodium summons or whatever summon that is pretty much available right out there, so no need to worry about that one. But if you don't have Bathory, this trick is not going to work out, alright? So that is a disclaimer right off the bat. And right over here, the opponent seems to have Dark Element, right? And there are a total of 5 Guardian Stones, and we have to break all of them before he C gets into that break status mode, right? So there we go. So let's just attack her with the first attack. So right over here, I only have 1 mana, so I won't be able to use my first skill. So I will attack her and I will gain 1 more mana. So there we go. In the next turn, that rat that I have will be able to break 3 Guardian Stones of her. So there we go, guys. All right, so let's look into this. I have really chosen Sabrina because her first skill only costs 1 mana, and she will deal 300% damage attack to that opponent, okay? And that's a lot of nuking damage, so I really like that. Right over there, FC Anastasia right over here is for the healing purpose, but she's actually going to be quite ineffective right over here. Why? Because she needs to be attacked before she can gain the mana, and the healing spell really requires a lot of mana, guys, and that's a little bit of problem right over there. Anyways, let's keep on beating that guy up. So right over there, just like that. All right, that was extra hit. Wow, just look at that, guys. All mana bar is refilled. Seems like somebody did block the attack. Yes, this guy right over here is of the frost element, right? So if there is any kind of frost element a hero of 5-star grade, yes, you heard me right, they really need to be 5-star grade, or else they will not be able to enjoy that elemental advantage stuff or passive, okay? What happens to the frost element is that if there is any kind of opponent that is pretty much like blocking the attack, or any kind of ally in your team who is blocking the attack, then what's gonna happen? The ice, or let's say the frost type of element heroes or units will be able to gain +1 mana per block involved, okay? So there we go. That's the reason why. So anyways, I can go with my second skill for this one right over here. Let's talk more work. All right, no problem at all. Now look at the magic, okay? She still has 4 Guardian Stones left to be broken, right? But now when I'm gonna attack with the first skill of this guy right over here, her 3 Guardian Stones are gonna break. Okay, just look at that. There we go. Only 1 Guardian Stone left, which I think is going to be easily broken down by my Baraka. Alright, that's that. Okay, so there we go. I'm actually saving up the ultimate attack of my Baraka for the later use, when I can just spam a lot of damage on that guy. Okay, so there we go. Wow, it's pretty cool. I was really able to use the healing spell of my FC Anastasia, because I really have to keep the HP of my rat really high all the time, and he was pretty much going down. And at this point, obviously, I will love to save my mana. Okay, so I will just use him the basic attack. So there we go. Boom, there we go. And just this skill right over here, as the machine was the last element, or let's say the Guardian Stone that was broken at last, he actually went into the break status for 10 turns. Yes, that is the effect with the machine element. So depending upon like what element a Guardian Stone was broken at last on the opponent, he or she is going to suffer some elemental disadvantage. Okay, if it's the fire element, the opponent is going to always receive a critical hit. If it's going to be the machine element, that opponent is going to have the break status effect extended by next 5 turns. More 5 turns, guys. That's a total of 10 turns, and that is so pretty awesome. All right, so there we go. I like that. Oh my god, look at that damage. Man, it looks so cool. It really looks really cool, guys. Okay, I will just use this one. Why not? Let's try to just improve the dodge rate, right? So there we go. Boom. All right, so let's use the first skill of my Sabrina, and let's deal some really good amount of damage. 300% of her damage, guys. 300% damage in the total damage output. So there we go. Just let's do into that one. So this is the reason why you should really inflict the break on the opponent, because during the break status effect the opponent cannot do anything, they are immobilized, but if they can counter they will counter though. That can be a problem, but in this case that girl right over there, the Lyungen, cannot counter, and that's the advantage on our part. Okay, so there we go. Well, yes, there we go. If my unit, the Baraka is going to counter or do that extra strike, that is also going to be helpful in breaking the Guardian Stone of that opponent. Okay, so there we go. And if it's going to be the turn of my rat, I will be able to break the remaining 3 Guardian Stone that she has left. Okay, so there we go. Okay, I'm just going to save some. Okay, wow, there we go. There we go. Nice, nice. Okay, let me break the Guardian Stone of this unit. Boom. There we go. Break status effect, guys. Break status effect. And let's nuke all the damage that we have onto that freaking bastard. Okay, so there we go, guys. Pretty easy, isn't it? Wow. Awesome, 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 guys. Let's keep on dealing with the damage. So when the opponent goes into the break status effect, they are pretty much immobilized for like, I think 5 turns or 7 turns. 7 turns, right? Yeah, could be 7 turns. Yes, and they will receive double the damage. Yes, double the damage. I really don't think that there's no need for any kind of like healing effect, so I will just use that most amazing blast damage. Look at that. FC Anastasia can really deal some very amazing amount of damage, guys. Very amazing amount of damage. And this is my Baraka, who is also going to deal some insane amount of damage. Just look at that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Just look at that. That's so cool. I like that. I like that. All right. So let's hit him. Let's hit him. There we go. That's how you hit him. That's how you nuke the damage on him with Sabrina. Boom. There we go, guys. There we go. All right. See sexy. Okay, so there we go. One waifu. Next waifu. And boom. That's the last hit attack. And yes. Let's try to hit him. And I think that girl is dead. Lyungen is dead, guys. Lyungen is dead. How easy it was. How easy really it was to defeat this girl, thanks to my Bathory and the rat that I have. Yes, you heard me right, guys. The rat. All right, let's actually make a last review right over here on the team. I will just go into not on the team. I'm like into the managed heroes, okay? Because I just want to show it to you guys, like a little bit on the more detailed fashion on the skill sets of this rat. Okay, just look into this rat. And just look into the scales and just look right over here with his first skill, the Frozen Strike. Randomly destroys the enemy's Guardian Stones. 3 stones if you are Tranquil. Yes, up to 3 stones he will destroy those Guardian Stones, whatever the element they are. Okay, even though he's of like frost element, he's just going to destroy whatever the elemental Guardian Stones right out there, as long as the Tranquil effect is on. And well, for our disappointment, only Bathory is the one that is actually able to provide that Tranquil mark, okay? Or else there are no any other units that can provide the Tranquil mark, and that's pretty much really sad indeed. Only Bathory, or let's say the Fate Core version of Bathory, okay? I think there are a lot of Fate Core version of Bathory, right? So it needs to be Bathory to provide that Tranquil mark, and only in that case you will be able to use this team. But if you actually manage to have like Uloom or Fate Core Uloom, then that's even better. You know why? Because Uloom can actually break the Guardian Stone as well, just like that mouse if he is under the Tranquil stage, okay? So just look into the Uloom, guys. Just look into this guy right over here, this zombie monster. Look at that, guys. First skill, deals 750% damage to one enemy. That's already a very big ass nuke, right? And walk, if marked with Tranquil, randomly destroys 3 of the enemy's Guardian Stone, just like that bratty rat. But the best thing right over here is that he will also break the Guardian Stones with his second skill, while the rat can only break the Guardian Stone with his first skill, right? But anyway, it's not really that much of a big deal. This is also the reason why Uloom is going to, team up really nicely with Bathory, okay? I mean, like Bathory and Uloom have really good synergy between them. Being able to break the enemy Guardian Stones very and frequently, this is actually going to allow you to break the Guardian Stone of the opponents in the PvP content as well. And you can pretty much, dominate them with this break status effect. Okay, so either Uloom or that rat. Okay, and that is pretty much it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to keep on enjoying the contents of my channel. See you guys in the next video.